How you guys doing? Just a second, guys. All right, guys. Just a second, guys. The game should be starting. The game isn't on yet. I bet a game's already on. Just a second, guys. Make sure to leave a like on the stream. All right. Let's see, basketball. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. We should be live right now, though. It should be working. All right, guys. Here we go. Make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel. We just hit 125. We just got 50 subscribers in a matter of a month. So we're moving fast. Game is not on yet. Should be on in just a moment. Florida State game's about to end. Nice. All right. So apparently the Florida State game is on right now. We'll take a look at the score and how much time's left in it. Let's see, basketball, ACC. All right. Oh, there's 7.5 minutes left. Oh, all right. So here's the deal with that. That when that happens, they're gonna move the game over to another channel. Usually, it's gonna be on ESPN News. So that's where I'm gonna go right now. That's interesting. The bad time management by ESPN there. I'm gonna channels. How do I do this? All right. This is a little confusing, guys. Hold on one second. I'm going to try and get on. Trying to find all the channels. ESPN News. I'm not too sure they're going to start the game, but I will. Man, this Florida State game is moving slow. All right. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to figure this out. All right, guys, we got it. We are here in Boston College as the Orange go on to face the Boston College Eagles. And a few key players for the Orange this season has been Alan Griffin. Joseph Girard has not been a key player. We are trying to see if he will be a key player in this game because he has had less than 6 points in the last 3 games. So a player to look out for is Joseph Girard III. Alan Griffin has came up huge for the Orange, and so has Marek Dolezaj. Today we'll be hoping for Marek Dolezaj to play well, and we are here doing the starting lineups here in Boston College. Series history, Syracuse has beaten Boston College 51 times in the history of these two teams, and Boston College has 26 total wins. So this should be a good one tonight as the Orange are in all orange and Boston College is in all white. Jim Boeheim with his shield mask on. This is 45th season in Syracuse, and he has 967 wins total. And we are here ready to play some basketball. Buddy Boeheim will be out in the starting lineup tonight after missing the last 2 games due to COVID tracing. The starting 5 for the Orange tonight. We'll go over that in just a minute. Jim Christian, the head coach for the Boston College Eagles, is looking to get a win tonight. Starting lineup for the Orange, we have Buddy Boeheim, Quincy Guerrier, Alan Griffin, Joseph Girard, and Marek Dolezaj. We are ready to play some basketball. As Girard has it right now, moving his way up the court, beyond the arc. Hands it off to Buddy. Boeheim looks to pass. No, he's going to take it himself. Hands it off to Girard. Girard to the corner. Griffin going in into Dolezaj into the middle of the paint, and it is good from 2. 2-0 as the Orange lead it with 19:30 to go. Now with it for the Eagles is Heath. Heath to Tabs. Heath for 3. No good, and Boeheim with a rebound. Now the Orange are starting off strong. Boeheim working his way up the court. Driving in, out to Griffin. Griffin for 3 from the corner, no good. It is rebounded there by Action Langford for the Eagles. Down to Heath. Heath to Felder. Heath beyond the arc still, hands it off to Langford. Heath with it, trying to do something, hands it off to the big man, which is Mitchell. Back to Tabs. Heath, Tabs. Tabs for a deep 3. Tabs is good. It is 3-2 Eagles. Girard with it, working his way up the court. Has been very slow in the past few games. Griffin now with it beyond the arc, hands it off to Guerrier, and he looks to make a move. Driving in is Guerrier, out to Girard, into Boeheim. Boeheim for a deep three, and he hits it. Oh, the Orange missed Buddy Boeheim throughout the past few weeks. Boy, oh boy, and he missed him. Boeheim is now 1 for 1 shooting-wise. Beyond the arc. Now with it is Tabs. Tams hands it off to Heath beyond the arc still. Heath looks to do something with it, instead hands it off to Langford. Heath down to Tabs. Langford still with it. Tabs, Heath. Heath into the middle to his big man Felder. Felder for a deep 2, and he is good. 5-5, tie game here at Boston College. Joseph Girard now with it. Hands it off to Griffin. Griffin to Guerrier, still beyond the arc. He has been shooting well from beyond the arc. Guerrier drives in. Guerrier is no good. The rebound there is Mitchell for Boston College. Now Tabs with it for a deep 2. No good. Offensive rebound, then off his leg, and it will be the Orange basketball. 17 minutes to go, and Boeheim has already hit a 3. He's 1 for 1 from beyond the arc. Girard still with no points, and it is a low-scoring affair 5 minutes in. Dolezaj with it, beyond the arc, dumps it off to Griffin. Boeheim in the corner, wide open 3, and hits it again. Oh, man, Buddy Boeheim is hot as he is coming back from a 14-day quarantine COVID tracing. Tabs into the middle. Felder, stolen by Buddy Boeheim. Boeheim working his way up the court. Dumps it off to Dolezaj. He is fouled, and he will be at the line for 2. Buddy Boeheim is such a critical player for the Orange, and he is hot right now. 16:45 to go in the first. Dolezaj's first shot from the line is good. It is 9-5 Orange. Dolezaj's second shot is up. And good. It is 10-5 Orange. As Boeheim and the Orange are off to a good start. Now subbing in for the Eagles is Kelly. Tabs with it, hands it off to Heath. Finding to do something with it is Heath. Dumps it off, back to Heath, back to Tabs, into the middle, out to the corner. Kelly for 3, air ball, and Guerrier with a rebound. Girard working his way up the court now. 10-5 Orange. Dumps it off to Guerrier. Guerrier looks to shoot a 3. It is no good, and the rebound there is by the Eagles. Now with it is Mitchell. Stephon Mitchell dumps it off. Now with it is C.J. Felder. Tabs, now with it still beyond the arc. Hands it off to Heath. Heath to Tabs. To the middle is Mitchell. Mitchell to Tabs. Out to the corner. Now with it is Heath for a corner 3. No good, and Girard with a rebound. Girard dumps it off to Buddy. Buddy with a deep 3. No good. Rebounded by the Orange, though. Girard with a very deep 3 and hits it. Joseph Girard needs to get hot in order for the Orange to win this game. And he just hit one, and that is a big critical 3, not just for the outcome of this game, but the outcome for Joseph Girard, the 3rd season. And we will be right back here in Boston College in just a moment. Let's take a look at the stats so far this season for the Boston College Eagles. They're 98th in the nation with a 46.3% field goal percentage, total field goals. And now for total rebounds, they're 253rd in the nation, and they're not very good there rebounding-wise. Mitchell's the only big man and the only hope they have of rebounding and totally winning this game. Now, points scored, they are 31st in the country, although they don't get a lot of offensive or defensive rebounds. They're 31st in scoring, and they've scored 299 points and have just passed the 300 mark on the season. As for the Orange, total points, they're 191st, and they have 160 total points throughout their 4 games, or throughout their first 2 games, they've had 160 points total. But for the Eagles-wise, that was through 4 games. So totally the Orange are here and there. We have not seen Kadari Richmond as he's proven himself over Joseph Girard III, and Girard had started over Kadari Richmond today. And it looks to be Girard needs to prove himself now or never, which he has, but that was a non-smart 3 decision that he made from shooting it from near the half-court line, and that was not very good. Buddy, though, is 2 for 3 from beyond the arc, and he had 1 pretty bad shot. Offensive rebound by Griffin, dumps it out to Girard, and Boeheim is now sitting the bench because he made that poor decision. Although Jim Boeheim is his father, he does not take him easy. Take it easy on his son, which he shouldn't. (13-5) Orange leading the Boston College Eagles with 15 minutes and 38 seconds to go. Mitchell to pass it in for the Eagles, hands it off to his man, and that is Kelly. Now with it is Tabs beyond the arc. Dumps it off to Heath. Heath still passing it beyond the arc, works his way into Mitchell. Mitchell to the outside, Heath in the corner, backs out, steps out, Tabs looks to shoot, looks to drive, gets stolen by the Orange. They're fighting over, and the Orange have it. Girard with it, working his way down the court, and quick transition out to Griffin. Griffin for a reverse layup, and it is no good. Now with it is Kelly. To Heath, to Tabs in the corner, into Mitchell. Mitchell, no, that is not Mitchell. That is Karnick for the Eagles. Girard working his way up the court as the score is now 13-7. Hands it off to Guerrier. Guerrier for 2. That was just too easy as he just jumped over Mitchell there. Now with it is Kelly to Heath to Tabs into the middle. That is his big man Karnick, and James Karnick with 2. 15-9. Girard with it. Into Guerrier again. This time he's stuffed. Back out to Griffin in the corner. Dolajai setting a pick. Can't do so. Gotta do something. Out to Griffin in the corner for 3 and is good. 18-9 Orange with 13:55 to go. Heath with it out to Tabs, still beyond the arc. Hands it off to Mitchell. Mitchell to the outside, stolen by Girard, and Buddy saves it. Buddy Boeheim down the court for 3, in and out, and that is a rebound there by Mitchell for the Eagles. Mitchell hands it out to Kelly. Kelly to the corner, and nobody is home. That will be Orange basketball as that is passed out of bounds to James Karnick's invisible friend. The Orange have looked good from beyond the arc so far in this game. Very good. All right, now Girard with it. Hands it off to Dolajai beyond the arc. Girard had a wide open 3, chooses to pass it into Guerrier. Guerrier with a wide open 2. 20-9 Orange up by 11, leading the Eagles. Boston College. Now with it is Kelly. Kelly to the middle to his man Felder. Kelly for 3 and is good. Rich Kelly for the Eagles. The senior out of Shelton. It is knocked out of bounds by the Eagles now, and the Orange will retain possession. Buddy to pass it in. Dolezaj now with it, not knowing what to do. Gonna drive, isn't gonna drive, hands it to Griffin. Griffin brings it into the paint for an easy 2 and does it. A little 10-foot jump shot there for Alan Griffin. Now with it is Rich Kelly. Hands it off to a new person in the game. That is Langford Jr. Langford now with it. Rich Kelly trying to find something to do. Now with it is Langford for 3. No good, and it is knocked out of bounds by Quincy Guerrier there, and the Orange will have and the Eagles will have possession. 12-12 to go in this game, in this half. Now with it is Langford. Langford to Langford Jr. Out to the corner is Heath for 3. Hits it. 22-15 Orange as the Boston College is not going away. Joseph Girard III now with it, trying to do something. Can't. Hands it off to Buddy Boeheim. They're just passing back and forth at this point. Girard thinks about a crazy shot, doesn't take it. That was smart. Into Dolezaj. Driving in is Dolezaj. Up to shoot is Dolezaj and gets rejected by C.J. Felder. Working his way up the court is Heath. Heath for a 2 and is no good. Out of bounds. Knocked out there by Justin Vanderbeek for the Eagles. And it will be Orange basketball. 22-15 as the Orange lead it with 11 minutes and 26 seconds to go in the half. Commercial break, guys. Still on a commercial break, guys. If you guys haven't already, make sure to go subscribe to the Bleed Orange Instagram. You can find that at Bleed Orange 44. And yes. We are back here in Boston College as the Orange lead the Boston College Eagles 22-15. As the Orange lead the Eagles 22-15, the Orange will have the basketball. Dumps it off to Girard, working his way up the court now. Boeheim now with it beyond the arc. Dumps it into Dolezaj. Out to Girard for 3. Hits it. Girard is 2 for 2 now from beyond the arc from the three-point line. 6 points now for Girard. Now with it for the Eagles. is Langford Jr. Dumps it off to Heath beyond the arc. Hands it off to his man, Langford. Back to Heath to Langford Jr. Dumps it in there to Karnick. Karnick is no good. Driving in is Karnick. Karnick for 2 is good. A tough contested shot there by Karnick. Girard and Boeheim both have 2 threes in this game. Now with it is Griffin, who has 1. To Buddy, beyond the arc, dumps it into a dangerous pass to Adolajai, who is loose. Hands it off to Girard for 3, and it's good! Joseph Girard III is now has 3 3-pointers in this game. 9 points for Girard, a season high. Now with it is Heath for the Eagles. Hands it off to Felder, to Langford Jr. Langford Jr. heaves it up. Now Langford with a rebound. Langford Jr. goes up. No good. Rebounded by Dolajai. Girard now working his way up the court as he is hot. This is where he takes these stupid shots. Can't do that. Girard looks to drive in. Hands it off to Griffin. Griffin goes up, and that is a charging foul on, I believe, Alan Griffin, if not Girard. Not a great play there. He did have a wide open 3 in the corner, but chose not to take it. All that matters is Girard is shooting and is hot right now. 9:48 to go in the half. 28-17, Orange lead the Eagles. Now with it now is Tabs for the Eagles. Dumps it off to, still keeps it. Hands it off to Mitchell beyond the arc. Driving in is Mitchell out to his man, that is Langford. Langford to Tabs, in to Felder. Out to Langford. Langford in, passing. Yet another turnover for the Eagles, and as you can tell by my voice, I am explaining a lot of passes, and I've been throwing up dangerous passes. Now it is Boeheim driving in. Looks to shoot, hands it off to Dolajai. Too weak on the layup and misses it. Heath driving in for the Eagles, dumps it out to his man Langford. Tabs with it now beyond the arc. Dumps it in to Felder. Felder for a deep 2. Rolls out of the rim. It is no good. A rebound there by Alan Griffin. Joseph Girard now with it. Driving in out to Alan Griffin. Now another turnover. I believe he stepped out of bounds or had to travel. It will be Eagles ball with 8:42 to go in the half. Kadari Richmond now in the game, I believe taking out Boeheim. Not too sure, but I believe he's taking out Boeheim. Let's see. And Woody Newton coming into the game for the Orange. So the 5 now is Girard, Richmond, Guerrier, Dolajai, and Newton. Lots of freshmen on the court now. Dumps it off to Heath. Heath to the corner to Langford for 3. No good. Rebounded by Girard. Girard with it, working his way up the court. Driving is Girard. Has nowhere to go. Dumps it off to Guerrier in the corner with nowhere to go. Chooses to drive. Nowhere to go is Guerrier. Girard has to heave it up. Doesn't have to heave it up, actually. There's 12 seconds in the clock, and it is muscled by Guerrier with a rebound and 2. 30-17 as the Cuse lead it. Mitchell with it. Out to nobody. And it will be Orange ball. Lots of dangerous passes. There was a bad pass from C.J. Felder. Boston College has not been doing too well on the year as they are 1-4. Nope, yes. I believe they're 1-4. Yes. We'll see in just, yep, they're 1-4. And the Orange are 3-1 on the season. Now, Syracuse does not play again until next Saturday as they will be playing Buffalo. I will be live for that game. Not sure what time yet because the game has not been decided what time. Timeout was taken there by, I believe, the Eagles. If they are going to have any chance of beating this Syracuse team, they're going to have to do it now. 3-point shooting for the Orange has been terrific as Boeheim hit 2, and Girard has hit 3, and Griffin has hit 2, and everybody's really contributing here tonight. And Woody Newton and Kadari Richmond looking to make a statement, but I believe Buddy will be coming back in for Richmond. It's good to see that Girard is on the court, because I was afraid that Jim Boeheim was going to bench him after those terrible outings by Girard, scoring only 6 and 3 points. But when you really think about it, he's the all-time leading scorer in New York State history for men's basketball. And you can't really bench him, because I know, and we all knew, that he was going to make a statement tonight. And so far he has. We just got to see that little push and drive by Girard. He has had no problem shooting a 3-point shot tonight. Has only had one terrible, bad-looking 3 that was from way beyond the arc. And then after that, he's just been drilling them. Richmond's still in the game, and so is Newton. Richmond with it, hands it off to Girard. Buddy Boeheim is still out. Richmond to Girard, to the corner, Newton. Dolezaj dumps it off to Guerrier with a wide-open dunk. Quincy Guerrier for 2. It is 32-17 Orange. Now with it is Rich Kelly for the Eagles. Hands it off to Heath, still beyond the arc as Tabs back to Heath into his big man Felder. Heath for a deep 3, no good. Rebounded by the Orange. That is Woody Newton with it. Hands it off to Richmond beyond the arc. Looks to do something with it. Is driving. A big charge there by Kadari Richmond. So the Eagles will have the basketball now. Score is 32-17. New player in for the Eagles is Kamari Williams. Now with it, though, at the time is Kelly. Hands off to Tabs, to Williams, to Kelly, to Tabs, to Kelly. Back and forth they go. Finding no room, as now is Karnick with it out to Tabs for 3. They've really had no way for penetration getting into the paint, really. And this is a great defensive stand by the Orange. Now with it is Tabs, and Kadari takes it away from the Eagles. And that was another great defensive play. It looks as if they were going to have an easy 2 as they were driving. It was a 1-on-none, and Richmond came out of nowhere from behind him and took the ball from him. And the Eagles have really penetrated no offense, and the Orange are making a stand. Now with it is Williams, dumps it off to Kelly. To the middle is Mitchell. The first time they really got in the middle in a few drives. And that is good there. That is Tabs with a deep 2. Girard now with it. Looks to penetrate space. Can't. Dumps it off to Gary, wide open in the middle, and is no good for a wide open layup, but he will be at the line for 2. If he had made that shot, it would have been an and 1 try for Quincy Guerrier. Guerrier has been wide open several times in this game and has contributed for the Orange to be having this big lead. Everybody's really scoring now as Guerrier's first free throw is up and good. Now, when you look at Guerrier's free throw, there's nobody there at the line to high five. So he just looks to high five them. It's just 4 Eagles players there, and when he sunk both shots, and his ritual is to go out there and act like he's slapping someone's hand. And this year you can't, so he just imaginary handshakes everybody. Now with it is Williams, dumps it off to Mitchell. To the corner is Kelly, no good. Put up there again by Karnick, no good. Newton with it now to Richmond, Kadari Richmond, the freshman. Dumps it off to Boeheim, to Dolezaj beyond the arc, doesn't know what to do with it. Hands it off to Gary, and that's what they've just been doing all game, as they cannot stop Quincy Guerrier. This may be the best offensive and defensive performance all year by the Orange, and it is because of Buddy Boeheim. Guerrier's first free throw is no good. Second free throw is up and good. It is 35-19, Orange leading the Eagles. The Eagles have it, and to pass it in is Mitchell for Boston College. Hands it off to Kelly. Now with it is Williams. Dumps it off, back to Williams. Back to Tabs. Now to Kelly. Kelly to Tabs. Tabs for a deep three. Oh, and he hits it. What a shot there by Tabs. Wow. Winston Tabs there with a deep, deep three. Dumps it off to Newton, and Newton scores for two. Wow. Great offensive performance as the Boston College Eagles will be calling yet another timeout. Great performance by the Orange as they lead 37-22, nearing the end of the first half. Boston College has had tons of penetration going into this game on the offensive side of the ball, and they just haven't. They've just been forced to throw up deep threes and contested shots, and even if they do get it, it's either blocked or very, very contested. No easy points tonight for the Eagles, and that is why the Orange have the lead. Quickly, now with it is Tabs, who made an amazing three. Dumps it out to his man, Langford, down to Tabs, out to Kelly. Kelly to Tabs, still beyond the arc. Can't get in the paint. Dumps it off to Kelly. For three is Mitchell, and he doesn't hit it. Yet another defensive stand for the Orange. Dumps it off to Kadari Richmond. Gary with it now beyond the arc. Richmond calling out a play. Dumps it off to Newton. Newton for a deep three and hits it. The Orange are hot. Those are the only three words I have for you right now, and they are shutting down Boston College. Kelly now with it, down to Tabs, down to Kelly. Still beyond the arc. Can't penetrate any space. Contested shot, doesn't shoot it. Now with it is Tabs for a deep three and hits it again. The only reason Boston College is hanging in this game is because of Winston Tabs. He's been making threes after three, the only player who is contributing in this game for the Eagles. Dumps it out to Newton for a wide open three in the corner and doesn't hit it. That's going to be a foul on the Orange, and it will be going the other way as the Eagles look to try to make a potential comeback in this game. Back into a commercial break. you guys are interested in winning this poster, comment down below. You might be our lucky winner. Comment down below if you guys would like a poster. Autographed, by the way, by the Syracuse men's soccer team in 2016 as they made it to the Sweet 16, losing to North Carolina in OCC. The Orange 3-1 on the season as they lost to Rutgers on Tuesday night. And they hung in there until the end, but they just took it away as Rutgers has several very good shooters on their team and are 21st in the nation. As we know, their arch rivals in the Orange are named the New York's college team in the ACC, but Rutgers is making a comeback in the college basketball game. Next commercial break will be, actually, you know what, now we will. Starters for the Orange tonight, we had Quincy Guerrier, Marek Dolezaj, Alan Griffin, Joseph Girard, and Buddy Boeheim. Girard is 3 for 4, has 9 points, and our leading scorer tonight is Quincy Guerrier. Boeheim got hot quick in his first 2 shots and then hasn't scored a point ever since. It's not normal for Boeheim only to have 6 points in a half. That is just what we've seen this year so far, as Girard has been off to a slow start. Boeheim has had to quarantine twice, and Dolezaj and Quincy Guerrier and Alan Griffin have really had to step up, especially Quincy Guerrier, and he has really showed it. He is 0 for 1 from the three-point line tonight, but he's muscled his way all the way to 11 points, dunking the ball, getting fouled, getting rebounds, and getting dunks. This guy is really strong and could be the next really good. You know, if you guys remember, O'Shea Brissett played for us a few years ago and led us to a Sweet 16. We lost against Duke. We all know that, but he reminds me of Quincy. O'Shea Brissett reminds me of Quincy Guerrier because he could muscle his way through, get dunks, get layups, but Guerrier is stronger. That's the only difference. So as Guerrier is getting to be in his third year, I believe, it should be good. We are back, and taking a 3 now is the Eagles and is no good, and the rebound there by Newton. Newton dumps it off to Boeheim, working his way up the court. Back to what I was saying, the Orange have had a tough go, and Guerrier is now with it. Speaking of, dumps it off to Newton for 3. No good, in and out of the rim. 40-25. Working his way down the court is Tabs. Tabs out to Kelly. Kelly to Langford. Langford to his big man, Karnick, and is no good, and a rebound there by Dolezaj. Working his way up the court. Hands it off to Newton. To Boeheim, still beyond the arc. Good defense by the Eagles. Boeheim's not the guy you want driving in the paint and is no good with a contested deep 2. Kelly now with it, driving its way down the court to Tabs. Tabs drives in. Tabs hands it off to his big man and is good from 2. 4-0 run for Boston College, and this is a better offense than we have seen. And Jim Boeheim does not like the offensive penetration that Boston College has been really coming at us in the last minute, give or so, but still, timeout needed there for the Orange. As we take a look back to January 21st, 1984, the Orange defeated the Boston College Eagles in the Carrier Dome with a half-court shot by Pearl Washington. The final score there was 75-73. Quite a moment in history there as the Orange made a statement and got them into the college basketball conversation all the way back when, and that game could have changed the way college basketball was forever. Now with it is Guerrier driving in with feet and is fouled with an and one try for Quincy Garriott. Hold on a second. Uh-oh, it's cutting out on me. Quincy's and one shot is good. Now with it is oh wait, that was the replay. Heath is with it for the Eagles beyond the arc to Tabs, who has been a great player now for the Boston College Eagles. Tabs trying to do something with it, can't, dumps it off to Heath. Heath working his way in, can't, dumps it off to the big man Karnick for a deep two and is good. 43-29 Orange. Gerard now with it as the Orange are up by 14. Dumps it off to Gerard. Gerard to Boeheim, still beyond the arc. 10 seconds to shoot. Gives it to Guerrier. Turnover by Guerrier. And now with it is CJ Felder working his way up the court. A charge on the Eagles. A much-needed stop for the Orange there. And they will have it with 1:07 to go in the half. Coming up, I will have a halftime report, but stay tuned. The Orange now have it with 1:01 to go in the half. Gerard with it, beyond the arc with 55 seconds to go. Dumps it off to Dolajai. Wide open in the corner for threes. Griffin, and he is good. 50 seconds to go, and the Orange lead it by 17. Langford Jr. dumps it off quickly to his big man and is fouled. That is James Karnick. Now will be at the line for two. Karnick's first free throw is up and no good, in and out of the rim. Karnick takes a deep breath and his second free throw is up and good. 46-30, it is a 16-point lead. And an early foul there on the Eagles. And that is on the Eagles. And Dolajai was fouled there with 41.7 seconds to go. We are nearing the end of the half as there is 41 seconds to go. The Orange lead by 16, 46-30. The Orange 3-1 on the season and the Eagles 1-4. Buddy Boeheim hasn't been doing much because he's not been on the court as much, surprisingly. But given his 14 days off, I'm sure he's a little out of shape and is not totally ready to play this game. 6 points. Oh, this foul is under official review, and it could be a technical foul, a double flagrant, and he could be out of the game. I'm not too sure who fouled him, to be totally honest with you. I believe it's the big man, James Karnick, because he's making these weird faces and complaining. Typical Boston College Eagles, am I right? The foul was on Ashton Langford, and I believe it should be a technical. Should be a technical. We are nearing the end of the half. This would be huge for the Orange to get a few extra points and really already close this game out. This is Syracuse's first ACC game of the season and looking to get a win. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a T. He tripped Dolajai. Langford tripped Dolajai. This would be huge because he'd get 2 free throws at the line and the ball. Dolajai complaining, so I'm not too sure what's going to happen, but just a moment. It will be a flagrant, and he will have 2 shots at the line and the ball. 47-30. Highland, and it's Lucas. Oh, hey, Clemson for life. I missed you. What's up? What's up, man? First free throw is good for Dolajai. Make sure to drop a like on the stream, guys, as the Orange lead Boston College 48-30. Gerard now with it, working his way up the court. Come on, let's go. His 2 free throws are good. Hands it out to Boeheim for 3. It is, in and out of the hoop. And now with it for the Eagles is Kelly. Kelly to Heath. Back and forth as they have not been able to penetrate some offense in this first half, only putting up 30 points. Heath now with it has Langford Jr. Dumps it off to Langford Jr. in the corner. Drives in a little bit for a deep corner too. Doesn't have it. Rebound there by the big man. That is Karnick, and it is a rebound by the Orange, and it will be halftime as the Orange lead by 18, 48-30 at halftime. The 3-1 Syracuse Orange lead the Boston College Eagles by 18 when we come back in the Carrier Dome. In Boston College after this. Like I said, the Syracuse does not play. Syracuse does not play again until next Saturday, as the Orange football team is done for the season, ending 1-10, and the Orange 3-1 right now, looking to win their 4th in their first ACC win of the year. In this halftime now, and we will be taking a look at the stats for both teams. Right after this, I will be right back. I'm just going to go grab some water. I'll be right back. Oh, and one more thing. Comment down below if you want this poster. It's autographed for the Syracuse men's soccer team. When I come back, just comment down below, and you might win. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, this is the championship court from when Syracuse was in the national championship. This was in the Dome, actually, for a whole year. And yes, Carmelo Anthony did play on this in the paint. Yep. Lots of sweat and tears went into that 2003 national championship team. It's cool to say that I have it. Just about to hit an hour on the stream. We'll just be going over the scores and stats in just a moment, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Is football season for y'all done? Yes. Yes, Syracuse football is done, and they went 1-10 on the season. Not the brightest year, but there was a lot of bright spots in this defense. But the offense really was atrocious and did not perform well at all. We will be having a bunch of SU players on this week. Dajuan Coleman will be our special guest on Wednesday, and we're going to have a few other players. That's the only one in the league. But this is the 7 days of Bleed Orange. Starting tomorrow, we'll be having an interview or a video every single day. I'll take you through the schedule right now. We got a player tomorrow. We got a player Monday. We have a lacrosse player Monday, a football player tomorrow, and then for Tuesday we have the AFC East fan table. If you haven't checked it out, check it out now because it's really cool. It's a really cool concept of the 4 teams in the AFC East Football League and in the NFL. And then Wednesday we have an interview, Dajuan Coleman. That's the one I'm going to tell you. And then Thursday, we will be doing a preview to the next SU basketball game. Friday, we'll have an interview. Saturday, we'll be live. And next Sunday, we'll be having one. So another player interview. So it should be pretty cool. We're going to have some lacrosse players on, some football players on, and, you want to do a collaboration sometime? Yeah, sure, man. If you have Instagram, DM me there, or we can just set it up right after this. How about you? Here, you know what? I'll pick a video for you to comment on, and we'll have conversations there. Here, you want to comment? If you comment on the AFC East fan table after this stream, I will definitely get back to you on that collaboration. I'd love to do that, especially because Clemson is gonna may go all the way. So yeah, after this, just go comment on the AFC fan table, and it's a video on my channel, and then I'll answer you, and we can definitely do a collaboration. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. The game should be starting up in a moment. Here, I will type back to you. All right, yeah, sounds good. We should be back in a minute. All right. Still halftime. Yeah, it's still a halftime. All right, we will go over the stats, though, for the first half. So, as for the Orange, Quincy Guerrier, our leading scorer, with 14 points. Dolajai had 6 points, 1 for 3 from the field goal. And then Alan Griffin, 3 for 5, 2 for 3 from the three-point line with 8 points. Joseph Girard with 9 points, all from beyond the three-point arc. He's still got to work on driving the ball. And Boeheim, 2 for 7, 2 for 6 from beyond the arc, and has 6 points. I wouldn't be surprised to see Woody Newton in the second half, coming in for Buddy quite a few times because he's been playing pretty well. As for Boston College, Felder has 2 points. The big player there in that half had to be Winston Tabbs, as he had 11 points and just demolished us. And when we had a few chances to just really put him away, we just couldn't. We really couldn't. And they just, Tabbs in specific, really answered back in a way. So this will be interesting to see how this next half comes out. We will now be going over some scores around the league. So, of course, actually, there's not many. All right. Let's take a look at games in the ACC. Let's take a look at the games in the ACC as of right now. So we have Syracuse and Boston College, 48-30. That's the game I'm calling. And then Notre Dame and Kentucky. This is a close game. It's 62-59. You can find that game on CBS. Florida and Florida State. Florida State is 20th in the nation. They defeated the Florida Gators 83-71. Then, of course, you have oh my God, I'm not even sure who that team is, but they did just defeat the Miami Hurricanes yeah. So tonight you have, actually not anymore, you don't. Duke got canceled. So did the North Carolina State game. You have North Carolina and playing at 2, so that just started. You have G-Web and Pitt and Clemson and Alabama. So Clemson and Alabama, we'll take a look at that. You can find that game tonight at 8 on the ACC network. The Clemson Tigers 4-0 on the season, as the Alabama Crimson Tide 3-1. If this was a football game, this would be a pretty good one, but unfortunately not. But Alabama has not shown that they're proven to be a good basketball school, and tonight they could really prove it, beating the Clemson Tigers. And that is it for the ACC tonight and today. That's really it. We can take a look at the top 25 games for the rankings. You have Cincinnati and Tennessee. And Tennessee is 12th in the nation. This game is going on right now. Cincinnati down by 1 to number 12 in the country, Tennessee. Then you have Texas Tech playing the Islanders, and already with an early 3-0 lead. And this game you can't find on television. Then, of course, you have North Carolina. And then you have NCCU, and I really think this is going to be a good game. And this could North Carolina is 3-2 on the season, and they're still ranked 16th in the nation, as the Orange destroyed them last season in their last basketball game of the year. So I really don't think North Carolina is a good basketball team. And then, of course, you have Virginia and WNF. the Roll Tide, but in Wisconsin. And then that's really it. You have Rice in Houston. That's postponed. And then tonight at 8, ESPNU, you can find Illinois and Missouri. And that's really it. Those are all the good college basketball games on today. Not many due to COVID. There's a lot of cancellations and postponage. And it's really hard to watch some really good basketball nowadays. So at least we have some. At least we have some. All right. We will go back to the Orange game now. Still on halftime. If this were a football game, Alabama would destroy us. Hey, listen, I think Clemson is the best team in college football right now, but they've just got to prove it in the AFC Championship against Notre Dame. And Joey Malecki there. Follow Bleed Orange 44 on Instagram. That's right. Go follow my Instagram right now. We have updates daily on the 7 Days of Bleed Orange Christmas edition and lots more. So make sure to go follow me there. And make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel right now. Do it. Do it. Do it. All right. Still on a halftime break. This is crazy. This is a long halftime. All right. Still on a commercial break. We're back here in Boston College for the start of the second half. And now the key player for the Orange that last half was Quincy Guerrier. Big day for him here as he is destroying and annihilating this Boston College defense and really just getting open a ton. First half summary, Guerrier with 14 points. 3-point field goal. Syracuse was 8 for 16, and Boston College was 5 for 16. Free throws, the Orange were 8 for 9, and BC was 1 for 2. The Orange were very good. Very good offensive-wise. What channel is the game on? The game is on ESPNU. ESPNU. Now with it, the first half stars, Tabs to Heath. Heath to Tabs. Tabs for a deep three. No good offensive rebound, which you do never see again with this Boston College team, as they are 253rd in the nation for that. Boeheim with a steal. Dumps it off to Gerard. Should be an easy layup, and it is. That is that is Gerard's first 2-pointer of the season. The first 2-pointer of the season for Gerard, and that was a good bucket there. That is a foul on Buddy Boeheim, and it will retain Boston College's possession. Great steal there by Boeheim. Dumped it off to Gerard, and a great finish. Transition points. That's what we need. $19-13 to go in the half. 48-30. Or in the game, sorry. Boeheim smiling about that play. To pass it in now is Rich Kelly. Dumps it off to Tabs. I wonder if this play is going to be under official review because in my initial look at it, they smacked him in the face, but I'm sure he didn't mean it. But Rich Kelly's complaining now. No, it will not be under official review. It will not. Wide open three for Rich Kelly. It is no good off the mark. Heath with it now. Looks to drive. Can't do it with the strong orange defense. Rich Kelly for another three. Heaves it up. No good. Another offensive rebound. Another offensive rebound. Now with it is Heath for a deep three. Heath doesn't hit it. Now a rebound by the Orange. That was a long offensive position, but they just couldn't get it in the paint, and that's what matters. Dumps it off to Dolezaj for a wide open two, and that is a quick, easy bucket, which Boston College has not been able to do this whole game. Trying to get some quick transition points is Boston College and can't. Gerard now with it. Looks to get some more points. Dumps it off to Boeheim, driving in. Up and good. The Orange are on a hot streak to start the half, and Boston College already takes a timeout in the Orange lead, 54-30, up 24, early in this second half. That was way too easy for the Orange and way too hard for Boston College. We will be right back from this commercial break after this. I got some Orange trivia for you guys. I'm going to have you guys comment down below what you think the answer is. 1 second. All right, guys. Here's my question for you guys. Yes, Dante, ESPN knew the game's on, unless they switched it because of the Florida State game. But yes, the game is on ESPNU. And this is your guys' trivia question. Who has the most passing yards in Syracuse University history? That is your question now, and as soon as we come back, I will be doing this trivia question and answering it for you guys. Who has the most passing yards in football for the Orange ever? Who has the most passing yards ever for a Syracuse quarterback? That is your trivia question. Let's see if you guys can get it. I don't know what you mean. Explain that more. Who has the most passing yards as a Syracuse quarterback of all time? Someone commented, you think Dungy? Is that what you mean? Dungy? You guys are correct. It's Eric Dungy. Actually, I'm surprised that he had passed all of those guys. Yes, Dungy. Yep, you guys got it right. Yeah, he had 9,340 passing yards, passing Ryan Nassib, Marvin Graves, and Donovan McNabb, all those legends. It's crazy to see that Eric Dungy passed all of those records. And I'm sure this Clemson for life remembers when my Orange took down your Clemson Tigers in the Carrier Dome in 2017. And Dungy had an amazing game there. And we will continue our trivia contest. But we are back, ready for some Cuse Hoops again. This is Holiday Hoops, and this is awesome. Now with it is Heath. Dumps it off to his man Tabs. To Karnick. To Tabs. Still beyond the arc is Heath. Heath takes a deep three. No good. Rebounded by the Orange. That is Griffin. Oh, a bad pass there by the Orange. Griffin tried to fit it into Guerrier, but couldn't. Driving now is Boston College. Hands it off to Karnick. Karnick doesn't know what to do with, so dumps it off to Heath. Still beyond the arc. Can't find anything to do. Dumps it off to his big man, Karnick. And it looked like he will be at the line. He will be at the line, actually. So, yeah. They have not scored 1 point in 3 minutes. Oh, yes, I remember. Yeah. Yep, I was at that game. First free throw for Karnick is no good, and they still don't have a point in this whole second half so far. The Orange up by 24, 54-30. Second free throw for Karnick is up and good. Guerrier, as the Eagles show full court pressure, dumps it off to Dolezaj, still showing full court pressure. Got to get it up. And that's a turnover. That was not smart by Marek Dolezaj. Dumps it off to his man, CJ Felder. And that will be a charging foul. And that was Dolezaj taking the hit by CJ Felder. Boeheim yelling at his players, telling him not to make that same mistake. Oh, yeah, I remember crying for like 4 hours. Yeah. Now it's a wide open layup for Buddy Boeheim and has it in. 56-31 now as the Orange lead by 25. Now with it is Rich Kelly for the Eagles, down to Heath, down to Tabs. Tabs into Felder. Felder out to Heath, into Tabs for 3. They have only been able to shoot up threes this half and the whole game. Great defense by the Orange. They're only letting up 1 point this whole half so far. Griffin looks to drive. Deep 2 for Griffin is good. 58-31, 27-point lead, and the Orange are on a hot streak. Now with it is Rich Kelly. Dumps it off to Felder in the middle of the paint. Closest they've been to the hoop. Now trying to drive in is Heath, and Heath gets a 2. First bucket of the half for now it's a wide open drive in for Dolezaj. Dolezaj for 2, no good, gets his own rebound and is fouled. Dolezaj will be at the line for 2. This is too easy. This is too easy for the Orange right now, as they aren't even trying right now. This is an outstanding overall performance by this Syracuse team, and I will be really, really surprised to see Boston College even do anything this whole entire game, as the Orange defense is turned on. Dolezaj, 8 points, now has 9 with the free throw good. Approaching their 60th point is the Orange. It's 59-33 right now. Dolezaj at the line for one more shot. It is up. And it is good, a 27-point game. Now with it is Heath for the Eagles. Dumps it off to Tabs. Has nothing to do with it. Tabs to his man Felder. Tabs trying to drive in, can't. Hands it off to Langford. Langford trying to drive in, can't, but still gets a deep 2 bucket. 25-point game. Full court pressure from the Eagles. Guerrier driving up the court with everybody beat, and they retrieved back. Gerard with it. Dumps it off to Dolezaj. Back to Gerard. Can't do anything with it. Great defense by the Eagles here. Griffin looks to drive in. Has nobody to pass to, and there will be a turnover on the Orange. Jim Boeheim looking for an early Christmas gift, as the Orange are looking to beat the Boston College Eagles and get their 4th win on the season. All right, we're in our next commercial break, which brings me to my next trivia question. Who has the most points scored in Syracuse basketball history? Who has it, guys? Who has the most points ever scored for Syracuse basketball in the history of Syracuse University? Total points. Still in a commercial break. You have no idea. No idea? Okay. All right. I'll tell you guys if you guys don't get it. Just take guesses. You probably won't know. He's old. That's the hint I'll give you. He's old. Anybody want to make a wild guess? The answer is Lawrence Moten, and he had 2,334 points total in his 4 years in an orange uniform. Lawrence Moten passed the all-time history scoring leader for Syracuse basketball. Next commercial break, we will have an easier trivia question. That was pretty tough. We are back here in Boston College as the Orange lead the Eagles. Yes, that is a lot of points. The score here in Boston College is 60-35 with 15:34 to go in this game. Now with it driving up the court is Heath for the Eagles. Dumps it off to his man Langford. Heath dumps it off to Langford, but could not contribute on the alley-oop. That he was wide open, but they had the Orange there fooled, and the Eagles coach does not like it. Full court pressure shown. Dumps it off all the way down the court to Boeheim and will let the Eagles retrieve. Dumps it off to Girard in the corner beyond the arc, driving out, going backwards is Girard, and he gets a man. Dumps it off to Dolzaj to the corner, and Boeheim will take it all the way in, and is good from two. He is good. The score is now 62-35. 27-point game. Now with it is Heath to Tabs. Tabs has been good shooting the ball today. Now with it is the big man, Karnick. Dumps it out to Heath. Heath looks to drive in, can't drive in, and a travel on the Eagles. Let's take a look at Marek Dolzaj today, as he's been playing very, very well, leading the Orange to a almost victory. Girard with it now for the Orange. Girard looks to shoot. No, he does not. Hands it off to Alan Griffin for three, and is good. Alan Griffin, 65-35, a 30-point game now as the Orange lead the Eagles. This Syracuse basketball team looks very, very good as an early team now. And that is a miss there by Tabs. for a deep 2. Now with it is Gerard. Beyond the arc, finding something to do as Gary sets a pick. Has nothing to do. Dumps it off to Boeheim for a deep 3. Can't hit it. Oh, and that will be an almost rebound by Alan Griffin, but knocked out and off his head. The score is 65 to 35. The Orange are up by 30 right now and are having no problem defeating the Boston College Eagles. A miss there by the Eagles. That was C.J. Felder. Now with it is Griffin. Griffin to Dolajai and a bad pass there. Poor choices by the Orange offense. And now up the court looking for an alley-oop is C.J. Felder. That was Mitchell to Felder, but could not finish. It will be Syracuse basketball as that was a missed alley-oop. Yes, go Orange. At the end of this commercial break, we will be doing a trivia question. A lob up for the Orange. Can't get it there. This is sloppy basketball as there's been no points in the last 3 minutes. 12 turnovers and 11 turnovers for a total of 23 turnovers total in this game. Mitchell for an outside 3. Can't get it. Gerard saves and it'll be Orange basketball. Gerard working his way up the court, beyond the arc still. Hasn't taken any stupid shots so far in this game, which he usually does. Dumps it off to Kadari Richmond, who is now in the game. Gerard with it still beyond the arc. That is a stupid shot, but hits it. Joseph Gerard III with a stupid bad shot, but hit it. That was from nearly half court. Wow. Now with it is Heath for the Eagles. The Orange up by 33. Langford Jr. with it. No, that's Williams. Heath for a deep 2. No good. A rebound there by Alan Griffin. Griffin driving all the way up. Can't get it there to Gerard. Working his way in out to Griffin for a wide open corner 3 and hits it again. 36 dropped on the second half. What a game so far. 71 to 35, the Orange lead the BC Eagles. This is a great game so far from an Orange fan's perspective. Wow. Great plays in this second half by the Orange. Jim Boeheim looking for an early Christmas gift to get a win right now. A win would be huge for him. A big win. We're in a commercial break, which means a new trivia question. This new question is, who is the leading scorer in the Syracuse basketball team this season? Who has the most points scored this season? Nobody wants to do it. Leading scorer for the Syracuse basketball team in 2020. Here, I will give you the roster. That is the roster. Comment down below who you guys think. We are back in Boston College as the Orange lead it 71-35. By the way, the answer to that question is Alan Griffin. Lots and lots of points this guy has scored so far this season and averages 17.5 total each game. Now with it is Ashton Langford. Langford back to Heath. Heath steps back. Could have been a charging foul. Isn't, though. Trapped is Mitchell into Langford. Blocked by John Bolajak, but they're going to call a foul. There is Langford Jr. as he will be at the line for two. 11:41 to go in the game. First free throw from Langford Jr. is up and no good. John Bolajak now in the game. So is Kadari Richmond and Woody Newton. Second free throw for Langford is up and good. 71-36. Full court pressure shown by the Eagles. Gerard with it, trying to get up the court, trying not to force a bad pass. Guerrier with it now, working his way all the way up. Hands it off to Gerard. Guerrier looking to set a pick, doesn't though. Gerard hands it off to Newton. To Bolajak, who is beyond the arc. Something you don't see often. Dumps it off to Gerard. Working his way all the way in. Out to Woody Newton, but can't get it there. Gerard with another bad pass. Lots of turnovers in this game that we have seen. The only sloppy thing from the Orange so far. Dumps it off to the big man for Boston College. That is James Karnick. Karnick was there and got fouled while taking a dunk. Boston College is now starting to get into the rhythm of trying to get into this zone. Something the 2-3 zone, though, does do for the Orange is prevent the defense from getting inside of it, and that is why you will see so many three-point shots. And when you face a great three-point shooting team, that is when Boeheim will go to man-to-man. But he doesn't do that often. His There it was Karnick. Karnick's first free throw was no good. His second free throw is up and good. 71-37. Full court pressure shown by the Eagles. Into the play is Newton. Hands it off to Richmond. Richmond has nothing to do with it. Great man-to-man defense there. To Gerard with a stupid, crazy three, but hits it. Wow. Great plays there by Gerard as he is hot from beyond the arc, just like last season. Dumps it off to Mitchell. Out to Langford Jr. Goes up. I'm not too sure if that was a blocking foul or a charging foul. I believe it will be a blocking foul on John Bolajak, his first. Gerard has 17 points tonight into 6 for 7. Drastic change from the last few games. Joseph Gerard is now hot again. Braswell now in the game. Passes it in to Kadari Richmond. Braswell working his way up the court. Stolen by the Eagles. and they step out of bounds. It will be Orange basketball. They were fighting for it, and Langford Jr.'s foot went out of bounds when he was reaching for the basketball and touched it. So, therefore, it is out of bounds in Syracuse basketball. To pass it in is Braswell. Braswell to Girard, working his way up the court with 10 minutes to go in the game. 10 minutes to go in the game. The Orange lead it. Woody Newton now driving all the way in. Newton for two, no good. Bolajak now in the game. Up to shoot and is rebounded by Braswell. Working his way all the way up the court is the speedy Braswell. Doesn't shoot it. Girard for a deep three. Air ball. And that is what we've seen from Joseph Girard. That is what we've seen. He takes the stupidest shots when he thinks he's hot and then airballs it, and then there reactivates his slump again. Passing it in now is Langford. Now with it, though, is Williams. Williams to Kajanovic. Kajanovic with it still. Hands it off to Langford Jr. Langford working all the way in. Can't get there. Throws it up is CJ Felder. Can't get it. And there it is. Great play by James Carnick there to finish for two. As the Orange defense is starting to slow down. In the Orange defense, they do not have many of their star players on the court right now. Timeout by the Orange taken, and that will be their second timeout taken this half. Now Syracuse's upcoming schedule, they have Buffalo, Notre Dame, Wake Forest, UNC, and Florida State. Wow, a tough upcoming schedule for the Orange, but this is a chance for them to prove themselves that they are a good team. You can find Buffalo on December 19th, and then Notre Dame on December 22nd, a Tuesday night, and then Wake Forest the 30th, 8 days afterwards, and then UNC January 2nd, and yes, Syracuse is 13th in the nation on total rebounds this season. That's amazing. That is amazing. Now it is Langford. A deep, deep three there. And that was Rich Kelly. Orange with it now, and a three by Buddy Boeheim. Hello, Buddy. Haven't seen you in a while. Now Kelly with it. Working his way, trying to find something to do with it. Hands it off to Langford into the middle. Hands it off to Felder. Stolen by the Orange. And now it is Richmond working his way up the court. Down to Newton. Newton with a dunk. 81-39. Stolen again by the Orange, but called as a foul. Great change of events there. 7:53 to go in this game. The Orange lead it 81-39. Thank you for whoever is staying on the stream right now. Really appreciate it. As the Orange will be taking yet another win. They'll be going 4-1 on this season. As this is their first ACC game You know what this means? It is another commercial break, so another trivia question. Next trivia question. Who leads the ACC in total rebounds this season? Comment down below, by the way, when you think you know it. Who leads the ACC in rebounds this season? Kadari Richmond leads the Orange in steals. Nobody has commented what you guys think. Okay. We are back here in Boston College with 7 minutes and 53 seconds to go as the Orange lead 81-39. Now with it is Rich Kelly to Heath. Heath to Langford, back to Heath. Have not been able to penetrate much offense. It is out to Langford, trying to drive in, can't, throws it up randomly in a crazy offensive rebound there. Chris Light for 3, no good, rebounded by the Orange, and that is Alan Griffin. Griffin working his way down the court, hands it off, back to Griffin for a wide open 3. Can't hit it, and it is a foul. Now into the game for the Orange is Frank Asleen. Asleen played very well against Frank Asleen played very well in the Orange last game against Niagara, and then he did not play against Rutgers, but he did play against Niagara. Rama Sidibe has been out, and John Bolajak has had to come in for everybody. Now with it is Griffin trying to do something with it. Can't. Dumps it out to the corner for 3 is Newton. No good. And Boston College has it now. Driving up the court. No good. Rebounded by Asleen. Hands it off to Richmond. Working his way up the court with 7 minutes to go. All the way goes Richmond and all the way to the rim and up and good. A layup for Richmond. It is 83-39 with 6:50 to go. Kelly with it now. Dumps it off to the big man Karnick for a deep 2 and is good. Karnick may be their leading scorer. 6.5 minutes to go. Braswell working the way up the court. No, sorry, that's Richmond. Asleen with it. Stolen by the Eagles, and that is a terrible play by Asleen, and a dunk by the Eagles. The first easy basket that the Eagles have really had all day. Stolen again by the Eagles. Poor choice of basketball right there. And the Eagles are coming, but a missed shot there by Heath, and Griffin with a rebound working his way up the court. Griffin tries to get an exchange, and a travel is called. Wow. What a change of event. I mean, not really. because this game's really over. But it's crazy to see that the Orange are really not playing well at the end of the game. But granted, they are playing their worst players right now. Not the benched players, but not the walk-ons, but they're playing their B team right now. But they're still leading, and it's stolen by Richmond yet again to add to the ACC leading. Braswell for 3, air ball. That's what I'm talking about with the bad shots. That's what I'm talking about with the bad shots. And that is really something that the Orange really need to work on this season before they go to play a Duke or a North Carolina or a Louisville. That's really what they got to work on. Now with it is Heath for the Eagles. Hands it off to Kenny. Andrew Kenny now in the game for the Boston College Eagles. Hands it off to Heath. Stolen by the Orange. Griffin working his way up the court. Dumps it off to Richmond, and Richmond is up with a layup. 85-43. Wow. 42-point game, the Orange lead it by. 42. Dumps it off to the corner for Heath. Takes a 3, no good. And the Orange have one man to beat. It is Newton working his way up the court for 2, and it is good. 87-43 now. As Newton is limping, working his way up the court. And that is a 3. That is a 3 by Andrew Kenny working his way into the game. Newton seems to be okay, just had to shake it off. Coming into the game now is Jesse Edwards for the Orange. This is how you can tell we are really going into our C team now. Jesse Edwards is in the game. This game is nearly over. We should be in for a good, fun-filled ending as the Orange can go and beat the Eagles. Richmond now with it, beyond the arc. Dumps it off to his man, that is Alan Griffin. Griffin for a contested 3 and hits it. Alan Griffin for the Orange. It is 90-45. And that is a stupid foul there, but Alan Griffin, wow, what a night this guy has had. Another commercial break, and you know what that means. Another trivia question. For this trivia question, who has the most rebounds in the ACC? Who has the third most rebounds in the ACC? Who has the third most rebounds in the ACC? I'll give you a hint. It is a Syracuse player. We're in a commercial break. We'll be right back after this. But who has the third most rebounds in the ACC right now? He is a Syracuse player. I will tell you. If nobody gets it right, I will tell you when we get back to the game. Still in a commercial break. Who is the third most rebounds in the ACC right now? Yes, I will be starting live play-by-play for the Bills. I will not be doing it tomorrow night because the game's at 8:15, and I was debating it. I was gonna do it, but it's just too late for the people watching it. It's a Sunday night. There's school in the morning for my audience, and I was gonna do it tomorrow night. But yes, starting the week after this Steelers game tomorrow night. On Sunday Night Football, make sure to tune in for that one. It's going to be a good one. The Bills are going to destroy the Steelers. But, yes, I will be starting the week after that, I believe, when they play the Patriots, I want to say. Let me take a look. No, the Broncos. It's at 4:30, but, yeah. It's at 4:30. So, yeah. I will do it. So, yes, the answer to that question is yes. I am nearing a way to do that. (90-47) is the score. As the second free throw for Langford is no good, and the Orange will have possession. Now with it is Frank Asleem. Asleem to Richmond. Richmond trying to do something with it. Great defense by the Eagles. A pick by Asleem. Great pick. Leaves a wide open Braswell, but is tipped. Hands it off to Richmond. To Braswell. Driving in is Braswell, and the loft is no good. Rebounded by Griffin. Braswell for a deep three. Doesn't hit it. Another rebound, but fighting for it is the Eagles and C.J. Felderwood possession. Dumps it off to Kelly. Kelly to the corner for three is Andrew Kenny. Is no good. A rebound by, Jesse Edwards with the rebound. Yes, the Bills do look legit this year. They really do. Kadari Richmond dumps it off to his man. It is Alan Griffin for three and hits it. Alan Griffin, yet again. The story of Syracuse's life this season, and already an and one try as the Boston College Eagles work their way up the court. The score is now 93-49, and at the line now will be James Karnick. Yes, the Bills do look legit this year. They are looking very good. Josh Allen having a standout year. Karnick's first free throw and for the N1 try is good. It is now 50-23. The Orange have only let up 20 points in this second half. Wow, great defensive stand by the Orange. Full court pressure shows the Eagles. Griffin all the way up the court to Richmond. Down to Jesse Edwards for two and an and one try for Jesse Edwards. 95-50. Can we get 100? Can the Orange get 100? Edwards will be at the line now. His and one try is good. Jesse Edwards looking surprisingly good. Now with it is Ashton Langford. Dumps it off to Kelly. Kelly with it, still behind the arc, looking for space. Now with it is Langford Jr. Now stolen by Richmond, working his way up the court and good. 98-50, a 48-point lead, and they could be leading by 50 in just a moment. But as of right now, Ashton Langford will be at the line for two. Nearing the end of the game, the Orange are approaching 100 points. One more bucket, and they will have it. (967 wins for Jim Boeheim ever, looking for his 968th. First free throw is good. Langston's second free throw is good. Braswell to pass it in now. One more bucket for the Orange. That's all we need. And that was a terrible start. Boston College with it. And they will retain possession. It was stolen off the pass in by Braswell. This is just what happens every time the Orange get close to scoring 100 points. They get so close, and then we just play bad. Pass in for Boston College, 1:58 to go. For 3, and that is Rich Kelly for the Eagles. Now this is Syracuse's chance to get 100 points. Now to Jesse Edwards. Rebound. And Boston College will have possession. And now for Boston College is Kenny. Andrew Kenny for 2. The Orange really got to stop them here if they want to get to 100 points. Now with it is Alan Griffin. Looking to do something. Doesn't want to take a bad shot. Down to Richmond. To his man. That is stolen by Alan Griffin. Now with the shot is Langford Jr. Wow, what a run they've made in a matter of 57 seconds. 1:03 to go in the game. 98-59, the Orange lead it. And this will be the Orange 4th win of the season. As now to pass it in is Braswell. Now with it is Alan Griffin. Wide open 3 for Richmond and hits it. 101 points for the Orange. Crazy to see it. First time this year they've had triple digits. And great outing overall by the Orange. Deep 3. Bad shot there. And the Orange will have it. Now with it is Alan Griffin. Just letting the clock run out is Griffin. 25 seconds, 8 seconds to shoot it. Got to do something with it now. Looks like he may just take a 3, and that's what he does. Griffin for 3 is no good with 15 seconds to go. Boston College may just let this clock run out. They might not. They don't. 3 for the Eagles and hits it with 6.5 seconds to go in this game. And your Syracuse Orange are now 4-1 on the season as the clock hits 0. Jim Boeheim in his 968th win in his career, his 45th season as a Syracuse Orange head coach. Thank you guys for tuning in today. The final score from Boston College, 101-63. We'll be taking a brief post-game look at it because tomorrow I will be posting a video of a post-game reaction to this and a preview to the Bills game. So I will not get into too much depth of this. All I have to say is Alan Griffin, Buddy Boeheim, Joseph Girard, Quincy Guerrier, Marek Dolja, everybody contributed today. That's all that happened. I really appreciate every single one of you who tuned in today on the Bleed Orange Network. I really appreciate every single one of you. So long from Boston College as the Orange hit triple digits on the Bleed Orange Network. Until the next time, I'll see you guys.